Hello, for whoever is going to watch this in the future or now. We are going to be doing a live healing session for confidence. If you've joined me before, my name is Mary Lisa. My business is called Spirit Collective USA. I do energy healings and tunings. I can work with people personally, or I do these live sessions on YouTube and TikTok. All right, so if this is your first time, BioField tuning is my very latest obsession. It is all about charging and moving plasma in the electromagnetic field of your body. You have a measurable biofield, which sits about 5 to 6 feet on each side. And you store energy and memories in this biofield. And when we begin to store things because we're repressing them, like emotions, it causes dysfunction in our field. So that's why these biofield therapies can be very helpful. Reiki is also considered a biofield therapy. But today we're going to be doing biofield tuning, which I learned from Eileen McCusick's research. So you're going to notice that I breathe a lot during these sessions. I make noises and I shake my body. It's just a way for me to dispel and help cycle out whatever energy is coming through. So I encourage you to do the same. Just keep an open mind and know that if you allow it, I can work on your field any place, anytime, distant, future, and all that kind of stuff. And that's through consciousness, plasma, and electrical conduction. So first thing, the message that I got today was that we really want to be working on confidence. And issues of confidence can live in many different energy channels. I primarily think of the solar plexus, but I will do some intuitive measuring to make sure that is where we're going to be working today. So first things, you can play this in the background, or you can really tune in, practice deep sensing, and sit with your eyes closed or lay down with your eyes closed. I'm going to be calling out certain body parts that I will then send new information to with these tuning forks. So these are Schumann resonance tuning forks, 62 and 54. One is considered female and one is considered male. And this just brings you back in line and activates certain meridians. All right, let's begin. Activating your right foot. The feet are all about carrying us forward. And they can be about the ground that we stand on, the ground that we inherited from our ancestors, from past lives maybe. It's a little more subconscious in where we stand. Left foot. Usually when I do these collective sessions, kind of immediately I can start to feel in my body where the collective is holding tension. And right now that's like the upper chest and throat. And tension is incoherence. It is weakness. If you have a tense muscle, you have a weak muscle. If you're feeling tense, you're feeling fearful or weak. So bringing in new coherent sound will actually strengthen the body system, the energy center or chakra. So right knee. The knees are about freedom and our intuitive movement towards what we want. So you can ask yourself, how free do you feel? How free do you feel to move about in the world, to chase after what you want? left knee. So far, I'm noticing more tension in the left side of the collective, which makes sense. And that's usually where I notice more tension when I work in groups, because as a collective society, we focus more on masculine attributes. Right hip. Make sure you're deep breathing in through your stomach and then out through your feet, and that will help this session move the energy. Left hip. Okay, really practice some deep sensing. What are you noticing and where are you noticing it? We're now coming up on your sternum. Your sternum is kind of right in between your solar plexus, which is your will, and your heart, which is like your love. So, coming right in between that is like the balance of both. And also, it's the thymus gland, the energy of the thymus gland. Hi, mamas. This one always feels so good when I place it on my chest and someone else's. We're going to do that one more time. It's like our plug. It communicates to the rest of our body, and you can almost feel it vibrate through the rest of your body. All right, I'm going to take a drink of water. At any time, like I said, please breathe, move around, take a sip of water. We are moving a lot of energy around. Okay, now we're going to do the lung points. Lung points also have to do with heart energy, but they more have to do with like grief, or, cycling out the old. And when we don't deal with grief or cycling out the old, we deal with a lot of sadness and anger, repression. So coming up on the right side, lung point. It is safe and necessary to feel all emotions. That's why we stay away from words like, excuse me, I'm cycling through a lot, negative and positive, or low frequency and high frequency, because even though things are low frequency, they're necessary for the symphony that is life. You can't move through and always be happy if you don't process sadness, shadows, express anger. Left lung. These healing sessions are just great little tune-ups for you to balance your energy, to find that awareness of your power in your body again. Now the crown of the head, which I think of like the antenna, the receiver of, spiritual gifts. I always sense a lot of power here, but a lot of tension, a lot of stagnation. We live in a world right now that has a lot of information for us, a lot of stimulation, and sometimes we forget that stillness is a power as well. All right. So we just activated all your body points, and now I'm going to balance your Earth star and Sun star, your negative terminal and your positive terminal, because you are a battery. You do have electrical impulses and magnetic qualities about you. So charging your positive and negative terminal will allow that energy to flow more freely, which in turn creates those chemical compounds in our bodies, which, relate to health. So I'm coming up. So your Earth star usually lives about 8 to 12 inches. So we are going to sense it pull it back from between your feet and then charge it. All right, found it. Now we're just gently pulling it. Notice if you feel any pulling at your feet. Okay, wants to live right here, which is probably 12 inches. So now we're just going to charge it with this coherent tone. Coherence is clear and concise communication of the EMF. So think of that as like happiness, joy, attraction, peace. And incoherence, which causes stress in the body, is anxiety, depression, prolonged resentment, that kind of stuff. So we're just offering it a chance to match this coherent information. Right now I can hear in the tone when it's plugged into the collective earth star that it's just like a high pitched and then it immediately goes low. So it's not a full tone, which is why we offer it time to match through somatic resonance. Being grounded and connected to the earth is incredibly important because the earth recycles our positive ions. It recycles the energy that we no longer need, like the carbon dioxide that we breathe out. We could basically do a whole session just balancing the earth star and sun star, the positive and negative terminal. When I'm also listening to this, I'm listening to my body for sensations because our body is also a tool for reading energy. And then I'm simultaneously sensing anxiety, stress, whatever, and then cycling it out through my breath. All right. Now that this earth star is charged up, we are going to send the energy. This is Eileen McCusick's BioField map. We charged that, and now we're going to clear the ascending channel. This is where all your energy wants to live and is most powerful. So now we're just going to clear a pathway. So notice if you feel the energy get stuck anywhere, you feel as tingling sensations. Feel the pressure at my head. Great. It's clear through, but we're going to make it a little bit more powerful here. Great. If you could hear that, you hear a more full tone. And now that we've cleared the ascending channel, it is cycling out and charging the outer perimeters of your biofield, of your aura. We want you to have a strong and charged field so that your subconscious and conscious mind can choose with more assuredness what it wants to allow and disallow into your life. So just imagine your shield being charged up, vibrating with perfect, brilliant light and sound. Okay, great. Now we're going to drop a line from your Earth star all the way down to the center of the Earth to provide you more stability. My animals are making all sorts of sounds, but they always congregate here when I do these healings. All right. Now we're going to do the same thing for our sun star, which is our positive terminal, about 8 to 12 inches from your head. But just like the Earth star, it usually gets tucked in closer to the crown. Excuse me, Bubba. Okay, I found it. Now we're just going to pull it. Where would it like to live? Right here. So lately, when I've been doing these healings, the sun star likes to live a little bit closer to the head. Not sure what that means, but we respect energetic boundaries. Kind of a low, flat tone, so we're just going to give it the opportunity now to charge up. It's a clear and brilliant tone. Make sure you're breathing deep in through the stomach and send it out the soles of your feet. When you do that enough times, you'll begin to start to feel the energy come out your feet. It's kind of fun. All right. Now we are going to clear your descending channel. Notice any sensations. All right. So it went through several different spots on me for that one. First, immediately in my head, then my chest, and then my sacral chakra. And now I feel it coming out my feet. The more that you do of these energy healings, the more in tune you will become with your body, the more you will start to feel energy moving. All right, so now, just like we did from the bottom, it's going to cycle. Since we're charging down, it's going to cycle out and charge the outer perimeters, excuse me. Creating a stronger shield with more access for conscious permeability. Great. Now, last thing is I'm going to charge you with source energy, whether that be God, angels, whatever your higher power is, the universe. That energy is now going to be filtering through you. And for me, that feels very joyous, very warm, very sunny. Brilliant. Okay. Now we've charged your positive and negative terminal. I'm just going to do a quick reading to see where it is the collective would like us to work on confidence today. Okay. Feet. Knees. Root. Okay, we have a line at the root. Is it the right root? Line at the right root and left root. Left root. Okay, so we have a line on both sides, but I'm going to continue the reading. Sacral chakra. Solar plexus. Okay, see how it's kind of magnetized down? Like even if I give it a little jostle, it will still kind of pull down. Full stop precedes a line. So right side of the solar, left side of the solar. Okay, it's very obviously the right side of the solar is a full stop. So we're going to just start there. Okay, right side of the solar plexus is relationship with one's father and anger. And that's according to this BioField map here. So if at any point in your life you feel like you were trying to impress your father or wanted the approval of a father figure, that can really affect our confidence levels. And then when we become angry, we repress anger or don't know how to show it or become overly angry, that is on the side of the right solar plexus. So let's get to work here. Obviously, there are more places in our energetic field where confidence lives, but according to the collective, this is where we're going to start today. All right. So I'm starting on the outer edge of your field, and since this is the male side, before your birth, on the outer edge of your field, I usually pick up a lot of energy on mother and father. So whatever that means to you, your father's own relationship with his father and your father's own anger, that's what we're working on pre getting to your field. Kind of immediately, I feel gutted. We do have collectively what seems to be some issues with masculine energy parading around as anger, or anger parading around as masculine energy. The divine masculine knows how and when to use anger to propel the individual forward. And when I say feminine and masculine, we all have aspects of both in us, no matter how we identify. So right now we're just kind of healing up your father's relationship with anger. Yesterday when I did a group healing on TikTok Live, there was so much divine masculine energy that showed up when we worked on lower back issues. And it was so beautiful for that to show up, because the divine masculine doesn't always show up in healings. I feel like we're being called right now to heal this aspect of ourselves. The tone is just low. Maybe not knowing how to deal with anger properly. Hit a pocket of sadness now that connected right to my sacral chakra. And each chakra builds off the next. So if we're feeling angry, like we have to impress someone, like we get our power from the approval of others, then that really has to do with not chasing our own purpose and passion, which is solar sacral chakra. I want you to affirm with me right now, I am safe to be powerful. It is safe to be angry. There we go. Whatever that brought up for you when you affirmed that was helpful for this tool to read it and then heal it. Okay, we're inside your field now. And there's a lot of gritting of the teeth, like holding back. And this is a power center as well as this one. This one is like the zest of life, like the power of pure primal rawness. And I feel like the solar plexus is more like the societal, self-power, like who am I? And there's a lot of holding that back. I'm reading in the field right now. But this is also quite young in the field, so it could be, when we start to learn that it's not okay to, maybe someone told us early on it's not okay to be angry, or very early on we were trying to impress our dad and needed their approval so much. And all of that's okay, and none of that is blamey. Our parents probably did the best that they could with what they were given. And the only thing that we can do is work in the here and now. And now my wrist really hurts for saying that. In the here and now, we take our power back lovingly and peacefully. There we go. We're moving, but very slowly. Anger is a great power, but it has to motivate us towards action, right? Our divine masculine wants us to know that it is safe to be angry and to take action from that anger. Solve the problem, basically. If you ever feel stuck in anger and you don't know how to solve the problem, it's probably a right solar plexus block. Sometimes solving the problem is acceptance even, and that's difficult for people. Sensing a lot of fragility here as well. When we're stuck trying to please others, it sucks the energy out of us. It sucks who we are and our power out of us. But then we have to put on like a societal front that says it's ego, essentially. Ego is a tool that has run away with most of us. It's an alerting system that we now use as our guiding system, which is where the issue lies. If we use it as our guiding system, it just is always going to tell us we're unsafe. A lot of density here. I feel like my sacral chakra and my throat are also just so tense right now because, like we talked about, like the issues of our power, our powerlessness, or our ego, one on each side, is it's an imbalance of so many other aspects of ourselves. Our ego is telling us we have to control others, we have to control, and our sacral chakra says just do us and be us and live powerfully. And our throat chakra says communicate from truth and love, but we can't if we're imbalanced on this right side solar plexus. It makes us communicate fear and untruths. Now we've hit just basically a dense wall right before halfway. I'm going to pause here. And take a sip of water. Okay. There it is. We call on all the divine masculine right now to help usher us into a new phase of powerfulness, of self-awareness. Did you hear that change in the tone? Okay, a lot of resistance here now. There we go. Because our field and our universe is conscious, I often just speak to the field in those moments of density. You know, let me pass, come with me, move this way, and the consciousness responds. My anger meridian right on the right lung is like throbbing right now. That's good. It means energy is moving. And now I'm shaking. So, incoherence is tension. Anger is tension. When you're angry, you're like, all of your body is tense, yeah? When everything is tense, it becomes weak. So, sustained tension, anger, it actually makes us weak energetically and physically. Like if you think you have a tight muscle, they often massage it, relax it to make it strong and sturdy again. Same thing with the energetic field. All this tension is like weak, so we're gathering all of this stuck plasma and we're going to move it back to your central channel. When I do this with people, like individual clients, obviously the readings are more personal. I'm able to, based on their age, tell them, okay, what memory when you were 27 years old, there's a density here that's making me shake. Like, what does that bring up? But for the collective, it's just important to call our energy to what is being read by the fork. And the great thing about this is we universally experience things. Every human goes through pain, goes through anger, goes through change, goes through happiness. so it's applicable to all. All right, now we're being magnetized, which often happens when I feel like there is, supportive forces here with us. Also, the closer I get to your midline, your central channel, the more dense the energy becomes because it's things you're currently working on. A lot of strength here too, like this is a very powerful energy center. That is strong. Good job. All right, we've just about hit. Actually, this is probably your ancestral channel. So it's buffering me out. So we just stay here and wait for a second, waiting to be let in. So the ancestral river is about 10 inches from the midline, and it's where the energetic imprints of those who came before us live. If we don't want to repeat their patterns, we ask for this energy to be healed up. And that's exactly what's happening when I get stopped at the ancestral river. So this one is the paternal line of how they dealt with anger, their relationships with their father and ego. All right, now we're pouring it in. When I do these in person or the recordings on my website, I usually take a bit more time, but these ones are just a little bit shorter. But we are gathering all of that plasma and pouring it into your central channel, your solar plexus right now. We're like scooping it up and in. Great. Now I'm going to column, which just basically means if we comb through and bring all of this stuck plasma to the central line on the side of the body, the front and back of the body are kind of like the channels that act upon the energy. So this is storage and this is action. So now we're just going to pull an energy line out to the edge of your field so that you can access this power, your sense of self, and more thoroughly. Okay. Now I'm going to draw energetic pathways over your body so that your body can crisscross these communication pathways and process them more clearly. Our bodies need crisscross patterns in order to communicate. It's actually been proven that when our minds, the right and left hemisphere, stop communicating is when we live in trauma or we're not able to process that, which is what EMDR is. Okay, so now I'm just going to seal you up, create a bubble of pure Reiki heart energy to seal this up for you in a way that is safe for you to process. Now I'm disconnecting us. All right, so now let's see the solar plexus. Okay, now let's see the root. So it helped open up both spaces. So I hope that this helped with your confidence, your ability to communicate your power and realize that it's safe to be powerful and that you don't need anyone's approval to feel this way. I'll continue to do more, but in the meantime, you can check out my TikTok, my website, um, or drop a line and just let's chat. So, aftercare is drink a lot of water, go earthing or grounding, or take a salt bath. Um, much love. Have a great rest of your day.